Hi, I'm Georgette Pierre, and you're watching Black and Nuanced Podcast in HD, baby. I decided to do a visual extension of my podcast of the same name, which dispels the idea that all Black people are monolithic. I have my girl, Jasmine of Momdrogynous. Oh, look at Giles. He is so cute. So Jasmine and I met through Jonathan. I call him my cuz. He is a family member of one of my close girlfriends from middle school. And, you know, every now and then, Jasmine, we would hit each other up. Like, you were in LA and I would come to LA for work. And we just kept in touch. You came to see me in New York at my old job. And now you're everything. You're everything on Instagram. I fucking love your hairstyle, the shortcut. You just have a vibe about you, Jasmine. I wanted to just get that out. So
thank you. Because sometimes I'll be like, bro, what the hell am I doing? What's going on?
You have a complete vibe. And I'm like, I love everything about Jasmine. Okay, so let's talk about Momdrogynous and what you have going on and how that came to be.
Oh, Momdrogynous. It kind of started, well, I was off of Instagram for a while. And then when I had my son, Sean, he was kind of like, you know, you should probably tell your story. You know, you're not the only person going through this. Because I was going through really bad postpartum depression after I had him, partially due to the fact that I became a single mom and that was not the plan. So I kind of just created Momdrogynous because androgynous, even though it's tied to fashion, it's, you know, kind of ambiguous where you can't tell if it's more masculine or feminine energy and kind of exuding both. And I felt like I was a mom who was assuming both roles. So I came up with Momdrogynous because I'm the mama and the daddy. And I mean, you know, I'm slim like a supermodel, so fashion applies too. But yeah, so I just started telling my story as a way to kind of like just get it out like therapy. And then, you know, I was seeing other people were relating. So that kind of made me feel good. So yeah, just to share my story and kind of work through my pain. It kind of became a cape and armor in a sense to protect me from how fragile my feelings were at the time. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, from there, I just kind of, as I felt better about the situation and started seeing like other women who I admired were in the same situation or similar situation, I was like, oh, you know, this might not be so bad. Like I could flip this around and turn a negative into a positive. and just, you know, laugh about it and just make light of it. So
I love that, girl. I'm gonna be real bootleg because I wanted to put on some more gloss. And so this is how we are. We're Black and Nuanced, okay?
We are. Look, I got on a club hat. I got on a hoodie, which is my M is for motherhood, my new line of hoodies, hoodies and tees. And I got on some biker shorts.
Girl, listen, so my mom, because I saw this dress hanging in my mom's laundry room because I've been taking refuge in Northern Virginia because New York. And I saw this hanging up in the laundry room. I was like, I was talking to her husband. I was like, so whose dress is this? My mom was like, oh, this is her maternity dress. I was like, vintage. Mommy, I'm taking that back with me to New York. Let's talk about it. So she was like, it looks nice on you, like a muumuu. I said, I don't care what it looks like, but I already know how I'm going to wear it. So
yeah, the top of it looks really good. Is it like long or what?
Yeah, so it's past the knees.
Okay.
Yes, because you know how
because you probably looking wrong under. It's okay. I know. I feel you. Zoom is from the chest up. Zoom is from the chest up.
Girl, when I tell you, I was like, I have to think about like how I'm going to look. I was talking to my other friend, the first episode I did, and I was like, I had to put this together, hat, earrings. I'm like, it's a look that you have to get together because we're literally now in a space, Jasmine, where we don't give a fuck how we look because we don't have to be anywhere at all. I've been wearing the same clothes for the past 2 months. Like, I mean, washing them, of course, but...
Okay.
So I want to get back to Momdrogynous. I actually had no idea like that was the take behind it. And I love the fact that you were like, it takes on a masculine and a feminine energy. I truly believe that we as human beings take on both feminine and masculine energies, but people don't really want to get into it. And it has nothing to do with sexuality. It's just literally certain things that are innate. I hope you trademark that. You need to trademark the shit out of that, Jasmine. That shit is a dope ass name. It's a dope ass name. So
thank you.
I like that you're wearing like single motherhood as your cape. Like how how long do you feel like it took you to get there? Like, what was the process that took you there? Because I know I have not had any children yet, but just knowing girlfriends that have been single mothers and what the situation was that had them ending up being single mothers and how they had to deal and process that.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'm completely there. I don't know if you ever get there completely, because I still know moms that are in their 50s and, 60s and 70s that still, you think they over it, but, you say the wrong thing and it's like a trigger word, and then you're like, oh, that's how you really felt, grandma? Okay. But I think I'm in a much, much, much better place. But I don't know. I think just time going through it. Honestly, you can't really escape it. And the sooner you address it and unpack whatever it is, of course, you're going to get called bitter baby mama, and you're going to get called all that stuff. But I mean, when you're on the inside and you know what's going on and you're justified in your frustrations and your anger and your hurt, you just work through it, express it, and you also got to kind of balance it with I know I'm hurting, but on the other end of this, I do want to feel better about this, or I eventually no longer want this to bother me like that. So it's just kind of a balance of feeling it and checking myself like, okay, girl, I know you're upset, but don't go too far.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I think that's with a lot of different things. And I love that you made the point that people don't necessarily ever get over it, right? Because that's actually a viewpoint that or a perspective I never thought about. But one thing I actually felt like was so dope was, when we had our conversations in New York and the things that you were working on, I end up seeing like you were coming out with videos and raps and just this whole Momdrogynous alter ego. And I was cracking up. My favorite one was Mirror Bitch, which we got to show them a clip of, right? And I was just laughing because I love that you were laughing at yourself, but I'm sure that's part of your personality, but like, was that something that you just felt compelled to do? Because you did the Little Kim Crush on You video.
You know what? It's funny because I feel like Momdrogynous is like, she's my protector. She's also like my inner child at the same time. Duality. It's like the things that I do with Momdrogynous are things that I used to do when I was a kid. Like I used to always play dress up either in my grandma's closet or in my mom's closet. And the Little Kim video, I got to do some cosplay and dress up as her. Even with the other videos, like when I dressed up for the Go Loco one, and I dressed up like, old school Mexican cowboy, because it's like a Go Loco. It's just things that I used to do when I was a kid, dressing up. I used to always record on my like radio that my mom had for me.
Yeah.
And I had a radio station. So, I mean, who knows? Everybody keeps saying I need a podcast, but I'm not there yet. And I don't know if I'll ever be there, but I think I'm just tapping into all the things that I wanted to do as a child. And now that I'm an adult, making it appeal to my age group and the people that I'm servicing, mothers. So it's just fun for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it looks seamless. So with Momdrogynous and just kind of you being in the vibe, you mentioned fashion as well. Did you go to school for fashion? Was that a piece of your story as well?
Yeah, when I first graduated high school, the plan was for me to go to FITM.
What is FITM?
FITM is in LA.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. And then I ended up going to like one of the like non-accredited fashion schools here in Vegas for a little bit. And then I thought about it. I didn't want to be in debt with Sally Mae for the rest of my life. I wanted my freedom without that looming over my head. And I just kind of was like, I just want to live. I just want to like do me. So I was doing me, living life. I revisited fashion school another time when I moved to LA, but it didn't last long. I just think that the institution of the whole school system, I don't think it's for me.
Yeah.
I think the kindergarten through 12th was enough. And I think now that we live in the age of information, I could probably become a fashion designer off of YouTube. And, not owe anybody money.
Absolutely not. I mean, like, cause I told you about that hat. I want like that. This is a men's hat. Like I started buying men's hats because I felt like hats were on the men's side were a little bit better, but I freaking love your hat.
Listen, I'm telling you, the men have all the good
They
clothes.
do.
To be honest, I typically like to shop in the men's section of stores because I like the cut of it. And it's not so Gucci-fied. Like, I feel like a lot of the clothes they make for women, well, depending on where you're shopping,
Right.
they're Gucci-fied. Like, I don't always want to wear tight clothes all the time. You know, maybe on a casual day I could do leggings and a top, but I don't want all my clothes skin tight. And I'm androgynous anyways. A little bit of tomboy, so you know, might throw on a men's piece at the top, and you know, some coochie shorts at the bottom.
She called them coochie shorts. Yes, come on, Jasmine. Keep it all the way fucking real. She said coochie shorts. That is so funny. I wanted, you know, because of Sean, he has definitely opened my eyes because I you know, he knew Rihanna was my muse or is my muse, and so when he would style me on my sets and stuff like that for my own personal projects, I would let him go ham, but we would wear men's things. He would pull men's things for me and I would wear them. So I'm with you on that. I think I actually, now that you're saying that, I think I might want to dabble in the men's section a little bit more. I agree with you. And now that you're saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, like they all automatically have this socialization that women need to be wearing tight things. And no, we don't want to do that all the time.
Yeah. And you don't always want to accentuate your curves. I mean, I don't have that many curves. You see, I ain't got no breasts, but girl, you don't always want to accentuate your curves. You don't want everybody looking at you. Sometimes you just want to be like, oh, that's a good outfit there.
Yeah, like that's cute.
Nice.
Speaking of outfits, okay, talk to us about this collection of tees and things that you got going on.
I'm so excited. This is like my new baby. This kind of, I feel like, is another rebirth in like Momdrogynous or just my motherhood. I feel like I'm transitioning from a period of, you know, being hurt and transitioning into a more period of like, I am a single mom and I'm embracing it and I love myself because I'm a single mom rather than in spite of me being a single mom. Yeah, and I just want other women to feel empowered by that too. Like, so this is like, basically this is the thing behind it kind of. It's like a gang sign. Here comes Giles. It's like a gang sign, even though the West Side is typically not a gang sign. It's just letting people know you're from the West Side of
the
hemisphere. Flip it upside down. And it just, I guess, in my mind, Giles, hey, you just opening the closet.
I love it. Come on, Momdrogynous in the flesh.
This is not. Okay. Anyways, I feel like motherhood is a gang. I do feel like it's a gang. I feel like, you know, when you have your baby, like your baby is your initiation. Everybody goes through their postpartum period differently. I think a lot of women do experience like some level of postpartum. And when you have those mothers during that time, like to relate with like, oh girl, like you'll be okay. Like the baby's going to do this. They kind of let you know like how your journey is going to be. Yep. And like that time period, I'll never forget that. Just having all those people show up for me as being a part of like my tribe.
Yep.
So I'm like very much inspired by, you know, LA culture. Hip hop is, you know, another inspiration, fashion, motherhood. So all I did was just combined it into one thing and was like, how are we going to figure this out?
Yeah.
And I love t-shirts, like really cool t-shirts and hoodies. So I was like, let me make my own stuff. I've designed it. I'm putting it out. And yeah, it's like my creativity on display.
M is for motherhood. That, I mean, the fact that you even flipped it, like, I think it's so fly, man. That's, and where can they find it? You have a website and stuff where they can buy it?
They go to momdrogynous.com /shop or just momdrogynous.com. When you get on there, you'll see the link that says motherhood tees. That's, I guess what I'm calling it for now, motherhood tees by Momdrogynous. And then the hoodies, we call them mother hoodies.
Jasmine, you built this brand off of just, you know, I'm just so inspired and I love the fact of, and not even to like put business out there, but just knowing like a little bit of the backstory and just how that turned into this, right? It's just, it's so inspiring, and I'm so happy for you, man. Like that's so damn dope. Giles is too hilarious. Oh my gosh, Giles, what's up?
Jacket on.
Well, speaking of, okay, so Giles, that's what came to mind. you had a natural birth. Can you tell me about that? Because I actually want that whenever I have children. You do, is it called a water birth? Was it a water birth?
Well, I had mine in the water. Yeah. It was like the best thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Yes.
And I think when you're ready to have children, I think you should totally go for it. When I was younger, here goes that whole inner child me coming out. When I was younger, I used to always watch A Baby Story on TLC. And I used to be like, dang, like some of the women would have natural births at home. And I had seen like, the women having babies at home. I even seen this one lady on a show on TLC. She went and delivered her baby like in the middle of the ocean against these rocks with her husband with like no help. And I was like, damn, that's tight as hell. And I just never forgot it. And I was like, if I have babies, I want to do a birth in the water. So when when it was time for me to pick a provider to do my delivery, I knew for certain I wanted to have a Black care provider.
Yep.
And because I wanted it to be Black. When my baby met his welcome squad, I wanted it to be important that he knew that people of color brought him in this world. So I found my midwife, Debbie, of Tribe Midwifery in LA. I love her. She's the best midwife ever. And it was like family immediately. Like the first meeting, I was like, we have to do this. Like we're doing this. And his dad, he had never seen a natural birth. It was like so new to him. So he was kind of like scared for me, like, are you gonna be okay? Are you gonna be safe? And I was like, you acting like I'm going to birth a baby in the woods with some damn people that don't speak the same language as me. Like, she's certified, she's Black, I feel comfortable, and she's been doing this for years.
And the real talk, Jasmine, you might be safer doing a natural birth than being in the hospital as a Black woman. Let's be clear.
That's exactly how I felt too, because right before Giles was born, that's when Judge Hatchett's daughter-in-law, Kira, she had her baby at Cedars in Beverly Hills, and she died because they didn't work on her fast enough. But so I was like, I feel way safer. And I had also seen 2 deliveries. My cousin and my friend, I was there when they delivered their babies in the hospital. And I just didn't like the rigmarole that came with, you can't eat for this amount of time. You got to take a shit before this time. You got to do this before you can go home. I was like, hell no. I'm going to do what I want to do, eat what I want to eat, and be at home already so they can't tell me when I got to leave. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted freedom. I just loved the freedom that I was going to have. And I had him September 3rd. I think it was the hottest day of the summer that year. And and my mom, it was early in the morning. I couldn't sleep the night before. I had called my mom. She was in Vegas. And I had told her, like, I can't sleep. I don't feel good. And my mom, she's so dramatic. So she was like, why don't you just call your midwife? You might be in labor. And I had 2 more weeks until I was deep. I was like, I ain't, about to have this baby. Like, I'm not about to call my midwife. But on the low, I texted her. I was like, Debbie, I couldn't sleep last night. And she was just like, okay, just still try to get some rest. And let me know, like, if anything changes, like, with your discomfort, if it gets worse. So throughout the day, it started getting worse. And then I guess Debbie realized that she already knew I was in labor, but she was like not trying to tell me so I could stay calm. She's a G, like her method.
Oh, that's dope. So
my cousin, his dad, my mom, and my midwife, they were there. And we got it on tape. She always tells me that it's like the best birthing video that she's seen just because of all the funny shit that I was saying. So I'll probably make a shirt with some of the quotes I said on my birthday story too.
That actually, I think it's fly because you put a snippet up on Instagram. I feel like, I don't remember how long ago, and I saw that and I was like, oh, I want to ask her about this, and great, perfect opportunity to do that. I thought that's dope. Yeah. And it seems like, I feel like if anything, like that may have probably been like an easier process, and people have just been socialized to believe you got to go to the hospital and have this baby. But whoever I'm with, Jasmine, we're not doing that. My mom's going to have to, my mom's a nursing supervisor, and she's really kind of into traditional ways of certain things, but she's also from the islands. And so I'm sure she's seen things naturally, but I just know that is something that I am not wavering on. I want a natural childbirth. I absolutely want it. So then what happens at the end? You said what?
Oh, I said it's less invasive too. Like the whole time I was going to my prenatal appointments, There was not one time. Did she? I think if she ever did, it was only one time. But I don't ever think there was one time where I had to get like my coochie checked and like whatever they be doing during the prenatal appointments. Like I be having friends tell me like, yeah, I gotta go to the doctor and they're and they gotta touch your coochie. Like the whole time, my midwife didn't have to touch my vagina until my son, the day he was born.
Yeah. Do you? What happens at the end? Like, do you have to get sewn up in the hospital? What happens? Does it heal itself?
It depends. If you tear, you'll have to get sewn up. Like my midwife, like if I would have torn, she was ready. You know, she had everything she needed to like sew me back up. Yeah, like it's legit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just but the way like when you're delivering at home, she doesn't have you push. She like. You know, if I was there, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, Debbie, what do I do? Like, he's coming. And she was just like, just breathe him out. I don't know if that snippet is on the video that I have online, but you can hear her in the back. She's like, just breathe him out, Jasmine, just breathe him out. And so I was like, okay, like, and I was just breathing and he just came out. Georgette, I promise you, I never had to push one time. All I had to do was just like take some like two like nice big breaths, and he literally slid out my vagina.
Oh my gosh.
All videos, I mean not videos, but like movies, and they're dramatizing the childbirth process where the woman in the hospital, she's sweating. It really does not have to be that way. I understand that's the reality for some people, but it really doesn't have to be that way. Like,
I'm so glad we just
you're good.
Oh, I'm so glad we debunked that. I love it. Because I was like, I have to ask you about that. Okay, so speaking on a lighter note, you used to work for Khalees. My milkshake brings all the boys to the eye.
Yes, that's my girl. I love her.
Yeah, how did you connect with Khalees and what were you doing with her?
I just reached out to Khalees and
just off a GP.
I just reached out to her and I started organizing her closet because y'all know she's like the baddest in the fashion game. And I started organizing her closet. She's got a fucking wardrobe on her. So I started organizing her closet. Then I was assisting for her. And yeah, that was a really fun time. I wish I would have been like in my mind. I was kind of distracted by other things outside of that. But I wish I'd have been more present. But I already knew, like, you know, when I was working with her that it was, you know, going to be a highlight in my life. But she's dope as hell. She's like actually one of the people that kind of influences me and inspires me in motherhood. So it was just dope to grow up and look at this person and be inspired by them. And then in real life, you know, be in their space and, you know, kind of become an extended part of their family. So I love Khalees and I'm so happy for her. And she's always dropping gems.
Yeah, I love that. The person I was just speaking to, like his boss is a well-known comedian and he and I have connected with his boss before. And it's always fun to really connect with people on a level beyond what people see or think they know. And just to kind of gain that experience. So I love the fact that like that was a dope experience for you and that you connected with her on some just like, I'm gonna hit her up and be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It was good. She just like even after I had my baby and stuff, she was someone too that kind of like a lot of the reinforcement that she gave stuck and it still sticks to this day. She's a great mom. Oh my God. I think my son just walked outside. I can still do the meeting though. Charles, get in the house.
Come on, you better be on your P's and Q's. The fact that you heard that, I think you went outside. I feel like I'm sure your spidey senses have gotten so much. I mean, like just peaked.
Heck yeah, reflexes. A hot mess. She is a hot mess.
So what are some current projects? Before we get into this last segment, I want to know what your current projects are, what this next chapter looks like for you. Is it Momdrogynous? Are there some other things that you're cooking up?
Right now, my main focus is like the t-shirts and the hoodies.
Okay.
That's my
Motherhood.
baby. I'm trying to think what else. Every now and then the mommy raps come sporadically. I might have something coming this week. Who knows?
Okay.
And yeah, my YouTube channel.
Oh yes. Wait, you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do. Since all this coronavirus stuff, though, I haven't really been traveling as much with him. But yeah,
Okay.
like there were a couple videos where we were kind of getting back into the swing of traveling, and then this thing hit, so that kind of put a halt on it. So the t-shirts is really the main thing, but I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and that's I think those are the major platforms.
Yeah, under Momdrogynous, right?
Right.
Okay, so getting into this last segment called All of the Things, which mimics the podcast as well. So I wanted to cater the segment to my guests, and I need it in my life. Jasmine, can you bust a rap or two? I want to hear some bars.
Oh.
Bars.
This is funny because this is so 90s. Like, this reminds me of the 90s, fucking 92.3 The Beat in LA, where Theo used to be talking to Tupac and stuff. Like, all right, give me a flow.
Give me some bars.
Yeah, but it's funny too because I'll be like, I ain't no real rapper, y'all. I just be doing this shit because I'm being funny. But okay.
But the shit's funny, like Issa Rae. Like, I did a video I'm gonna post where I was just like, yes, bitch. I'm like, y'all, I was just inspired. Like, you just have a moment.
Okay. So okay.
Over here gassing you like.
Why did I just blank out? Hold up. Let's take it from the top. I got to pick my son up at 10 o'clock. Bazatti to the left, looking at me nonstop. I'm about to back it up and dump it, then drop it like it's hot. We made our way to the bar and he opened the tab. We took shots, got hot. Then he called us a cab. High rolling on the strip with a real shot caller. If he play his cards right, he'll be my next baby father. Combo so good, I'm losing track of time. I ain't trying to go home because this man is fine. He got me feeling like Sierra after all that I've been praying. Called the babysitter up and said I'll be there in the AM. Baby daddy pissed because he heard that I've been dating in a whole relationship, yet that nigga still hating. I ain't got time for the stress and the strife, because in the meantime, mama gotta have a life too. Ooh, baby. Baby mama's got to have a life. Uh-oh.
Yo, Jasmine, you killed it.
Thank
you.
My
gosh, that was everything. Yes, please, if you could do a weekly on Instagram, like I just need, that was
what,
everything.
What, rapping?
Yes.
I know I be feeling like I need to get more consistent with the rap.
No, I'm telling you, Jasmine, you need something like, if we're like, I'm gonna definitely subscribe to your YouTube, but I think you need to give us some flavor at least once a week. I
think so too. Just with me, I've been trying to get more consistent on social media, and I think I do have to give the people what they want, which is the damn raps. And
we want you, and the raps come with you.
Right.
We want
y'all don't want me. Y'all just want, well, not y'all, but a lot of people don't want me. They just want to be in my business. They just be wanting to know what's going on with me and my baby daddy. That's the real tea. I
always like, because I met you.
I just feel like from what I've noticed,
other like people. Yeah.
People be like, when if you know, like the last times I've mentioned, you know, the other party, they be like eating that shit up. The views go up. But when I'm just like kind of chilling or messy. Just being regular, it'd be like, oh, okay, that's not really what we're here for, though.
They're messy as fuck. They're messy. They want
the love and hip hop, but it's okay. I'm not gonna fault them.
The thing is, like, we get whatever we get with you, and that's what I love. And that, ooh, you killed it. Listen, Black and Nuance exclusive. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Darling, how can they find you online? All of the things.
My main website is momdrogynous.com. Sign up for my email, my mailing list.
Yep.
I'm on Instagram at instagram.com. Handle at Momdrogynous, MOMDROGYNOUS. YouTube, Momdrogynous, and Motherhoodies. If you type in, hopefully the SEO has updated, but if you type in Google, like if you like the shirt,
yep,
You can buy it on momdrogynous.com, but I'm calling things motherhood tees, Tees, and motherhoodies, motherhood IES. Motherhood.
Okay, that's what's up. I love it. Oh, bye, Giles. Jasmine, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and hopefully, when the world opens back up, as my friend Darnell would say, we can find some time to connect on somebody's coast. And for motherhood, mwah, mwah, mwah. Jasmine, thank you. Be safe out there, honey.
All right, you do the same. Love you.
Right. I love you too. Bye.
Bye.